and cars. Good horsey. He even got this rental with his rewards. In Ken Math, it was free. Ken, in Italy, they also drive on the ride. All right, ladies and gentlemen, massive news. So it looks like TikTok might just officially be dead. Or at the very least, unusable to people who, take their privacy very seriously. As according to the BBC Pause, they say TikTok closes deal to split US app from global business. The US and China have signed off on a deal for TikTok's Chinese owner to hand over the company's American division to investors backed by Donald Trump. The US version of TikTok will become majority owned by a group of investors that includes American tech giant Oracle, California-based private equity fund Silver Lake, and United Arab Emirates investment firm MGX. And it seems after this division has happened and China has now handed over the American version of TikTok over to the current administration as well as US investors, the entire app just has gone to shit. And to start things off for the list of things that are going wrong with this app, apparently, and this is weird to me, the term Epstein has now been censored on TikTok. I shit you not. Apparently, if you try to send the word Epstein, I guess comment or DM it to someone on TikTok, it has now just been completely blocked. Someone said American TikTok versus European TikTok. This is bad. And yeah, this person's in Europe. They can type the word, Epstein, and this person's American and they cannot. Here we have one person said Epstein. Another person said, did you see that? The other person said nope. So yeah, not entirely sure what that is about. But another person said, no one is talking about TikTok's latest update on their terms and services, which, and this is crazy to me, tracks your citizenship / immigration status, religious beliefs, mental and physical health diagnosis. They want to kill you and want to take you out. Big brother's fucking watching, don't hang around. We in some fucked up times and they just want it to be out loud, Lord. They gonna come and get us, and we gonna be ready when it goes down. Why are we tracking any of this? And it gets even worse because users are now saying, chat, it might really be over for TikTok. It's fucking over for TikTok because them people wanna go. And that get life is never wrong. Like, fucking did it do the big long time, and I didn't even know that I was wrong. It's pretty bad.
Firstly, in the privacy policy under information you provide, TikTok has included sensitive information such as citizenship and immigration status. I need to be very clear when I say this, TikTok collects more than one type of information. There's information you willingly provide, information that is automatically collected, and information they get from third-party or other sources. And I know a lot of people who got to this portion of the new privacy policy are panicking. However, I don't like fear-mongering for views, so while TikTok will track you to an extent, here's some things you can actually do about it.
Now, I just gotta say before this guy goes any further, WTF, it's clear as day to me that all the fear-mongering about China this, China that, collecting and stealing and violating American rights and privacies was highly exaggerated because now that the USA owns the American division of TikTok, they're literally doing the same exact thing, or if not even worse. Like, genuinely speaking, regardless of what your beliefs or politics are, you gotta understand that an app wanting to know your race, your religion, your sexuality, and everything else in between, as well as your immigration status, is definitely beyond insane. Like, why the fuck is any of that relevant when I'm literally just hopping on TikTok to burn time? I'm on here to doom scroll while I'm on the shitter waiting to wrap things up. Why does any of this even matter? Oh wait, it matters because these people want to know every little thing about your life. We don't have any privacy anymore. They want to control people. They want to advertise people, and it looks like they're going to be using TikTok now to actually get people's data to start using it for nefarious government operations. We are truly living in dark times.
For in-app settings, go to Settings and Privacy, Security and Permissions. Then to Privacy, you can turn off activity status, as well as suggesting your account through contacts, Facebook, or people who send links to you. Additionally, you have the power to stop syncing contacts as well as Facebook friends with TikTok. You can toggle these off too. Also, go back to Settings and Privacy, then click Ads. And when it comes to data that is collected from other sources, you can turn off targeted ads outside of TikTok, targeted ads, and you can also clear your off TikTok data.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend everybody go ahead and do that now. I went ahead and did it myself just to make sure all those things were off because holy shit. And I'm assuming this is primarily for USA-based people because based off of what I can see, people located in Europe don't have the censorship, ironically, that we have. We're supposed to be the land of the free, freedom of speech and all this, and now we're being censored on TikTok. And ladies and gentlemen, it gets even worse because apparently now TikTok is going to be using your faces to train AI.
And like other apps, a little bit farther up in this policy, TikTok does have a very broad license when it comes to your content, how they're going to take.
Damn, dude, that's fucked up.
I have a question for you.
Instagram.
Do you
All right.
think
Instagram is dead?
Here's what I'm gonna say. Well, I thought Instagram was dead until this fucking TikTok bullshit is happening. Now I feel like it's gonna cause a surge in one to God YouTube, of course. YouTube Shorts is gonna take over this bitch. You hear me? And then Instagram gonna make a fucking comeback. Facebook might even fucking make a comeback because of this shit, man. These motherfuckers and sabotage this shit. I honestly, bro, I used to tell motherfuckers like, motherfucker, TikTok felt like the last place on the motherfucking internet where organic growth was still fucking possible, bro. You hear me? But now, shit. You hear me? I don't really know, bro. I don't really know what the fuck gonna happen. I feel like everybody gonna revert back to their way. They might even say fuck social media. Shit. I don't know, bro. Shit fucking wild.
My name is Tangy the Lua Coker.
I don't know if they're gonna say fuck social media. I don't know if that's
Growing up in Nigeria, all the ashwabis and things that we wore all had different patterns. For this collection with Walmart, I really wanted people to feel texture, hair texture, brown. And that's the story I'm trying
I
to
gotta
tell.
log into my Kick again because I feel like people on Kick fuck with me more. I'm not
I
even
have a question for you. Do you think Instagram is dead, done, over with? Well, let's chat about this in this video. So there's been this like overall feeling I've been noticing on Instagram and in other places as well, that there's just been some big changes happening in the algorithm. And this isn't just like instantaneous. This has been over time. And it's really pushed a lot of creators to rethink, whether Instagram is really a platform to be using at all. And I want to reframe this a little bit. Instagram is one platform, but I think short form content in general, whether it's reels, shorts, TikToks, short videos on or any of these other places, I think they all kind of fall under the same category. The one thing I'm making a distinction on is long form video, because I think there's something different happening with long form video. There's some things that we should talk about in this video that pertain to us as creators and where we're spending our time and our energy creating, but also consuming. So I've got 4 different things that I want to cover in this video. And these are just different things that I've been thinking about as I've been re-looking at Instagram, what I'm doing on Instagram, also just short form content in general. And a big part of what's happening with these changes is this introduction of AI slop, garbage AI content that's popping up on our feeds and just cluttering the real and authentic content that we actually want to see. For me personally, whenever I see AI content, it's, an instant swipe away. It's a, never show this page to me, or, delete this or whatever, try to get this away from, my feed, but it's not going away. Like, the AI content is here and it's just becoming more and more in our face. With the introduction of Sora 2, that application alone became one of the hottest applications when it first came out. It was #1 in the App Store within 4 days. It had 1 million users within the next day after that.
I don't even know what the
now,
99% of the I don't even know what the fuck that is, y'all. Y'all let me know, because I never even heard of that shit in my life. But I'm late when it comes to the whole AI shit.
Is that, well, people don't really want to consume AI content. The more I talk to creators, like other creators that are friends of mine, and I see other videos on this topic, or I see people posting about it, the more I just get this sense that nobody really wants to be fed AI content. And the more that it's pushed in front of us, the more that we're all actively searching for real and authentic content. So one of the things I keep hearing about 2026, it's going to be the year of authentic creators coming out as themselves and, being on camera.
What does that truly mean?
Like, we're having this conversation.
Like the VTuber shit? What does that mean?
Mountain. Like, this is not like an AI background or anything like that.
Oh, that's what the fuck he means.
On top of a mountain, because this is where I love to come and make content. It's nice being outside.
Okay.
But what I'm getting at is, for me, when I see AI content, I just don't want to consume it. Like, yeah, it's there, it's in our face. Like, brands are going to be using more and more of this AI because it's cheaper, it's easier to make content. And great, for that kind of stuff, if we're watching a marketing piece, sure, AI is there. It's easy to get your point across to try and sell something. But when I go on, these platforms, I'm looking for entertainment or education, and I want that from real people. Like I want to see real stories, and I want to actually, learn from someone who's there in real life. I don't want some AI version of that person. And I know I'm not the only one. Like, I think that's the general kind of census for all of us in this world of like consuming content. Well, not all of us. I'm sure there's some people out there like AI garbage because it is getting fed to us and they're getting millions of views for like animals acting like humans, driving cars, doing stuff like that. Like, I mean, I think that's going to be a novelty that's going to wear off pretty quick. And there's people saying that AI is going to get so good that it's going to replicate us. Like, you could basically create an AI version of yourself and you could do whatever you want with that AI version of yourself. But I still think there is a world where you just can't replicate real humans. There's going to always be this like artificial layer that just isn't quite real. AI is always going to be a copy of a copy. And so authenticity, I think, is one of the biggest things that's going to be important this year. And so let's talk about copies of copies, because I think that's going to be a thing. I was watching this video of a creator. It's like a young guy, he's in his 20s, that has built this whole company around creating short form content. And he guarantees, like, I don't know, 500,000 million views on all of his videos for his clients. And the company is like $1 million a year company. Like, it's a really big company really fast because he's able to create viral content in the short form format. But one of the things that he said in this kind of like behind the scenes with him, he was talking about how the way that he's been able to kind of guarantee this virality and always make things work is that he sees what's working already on these platforms and then copies that. He's making copies of all these viral things. And I think that's a big problem on social media and short form content in general, is like you see one thing that works and then you have to copy it. And then so we're just making copies of copies of copies. And it's really just becoming a lot of the same slop. This isn't AI slop. This is just kind of the same copies again and again and again. And the more this happens, the more it's just like, it's just mindless content. And so I have a, quick little story for you. There's a turkey vulture right there, just flew by. I want to do a video where I go photograph those birds because I'm not really a bird photographer or videographer. I want to try that. Side note. But I have a story for you. I just got off a plane yesterday morning. So I flew to Mexico with my family, had a little vacation. It's like towards the end of January, and I've been sick multiple times. I got sick again on this trip. It's been a lot so far this year. However, on the plane ride home, there was a guy that was sitting one row ahead of me and over to the left, like on the aisle. And I was on the aisle back here. And I was kind of watching what he was doing on his phone, because for the entire 3-hour flight from when we took off, when we're sitting there on the tarmac, till when we got back to San Diego, he was flipping through videos just like this the entire time. He was on TikTok. And just like the kind of content I saw in his feed just popping up, I would tune in every once in a while and just kind of see what he's watching. And it was like the most garbage, mindless slop the entire time. Just like I was watching that, I was like, man, this is what we've become as consumers on these platforms. It's just sitting there mindlessly scrolling, like tick, 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 watching something for a few seconds, watching something for a few seconds.
Yeah, everybody's fucking. Everyone's gonna have ADHD if they don't already, motherfucker.
Hour-long documentary.
Everybody can't pay attention to shit. No one can even fucking hold conversations. Like, no bullshit, yo. I mean, we had some fucked off ass times, bro. You can't even talk to nobody. Like, motherfuckers is afraid to do any damn thing. Can't go out. Like, it's fucked up. Right. Oh shit, this is crazy because, like I said, I usually only stream on Twitch and Kick, but I noticed that I got somebody on here watching from YouTube, so that's kind of interesting to me. But never thought about streaming to them. Well, I guess before I ever had a Kick or a Twitch, I used to stream on YouTube, but no one, I feel like that was like fucking like 6 years ago. So, but how I feel about this shit is I don't know if it's because of fucking people saturating this bullshit with AI is the reason for the downfall of these platforms. I feel like Instagram has just been around for a long ass time, and it's kind of like, so the algorithm on it doesn't really push your shit as far as like how I said TikTok, but TikTok's original algorithm, motherfucker, that shit, like I said, that was like one of the best platforms for organic growth next to YouTube, of course, the goats. But on YouTube, you gotta be pushing them motherfuckers out, and it's gonna take some time. Like TikTok, I guess it's the same shit, but TikTok is more like, motherfucker, you could really make a shit happen, or you could have before the fucking all the fucking updates and fucking all the bans in the US and shit like that. But and but yeah, the algorithm is cooked. I can't even lie, that shit is fucked right now. You hear me? Like, it's not the same. It is weird. And literally, I'm one of them people who sketched out about a lot of the shit that's going on right now. So I had to get rid of that shit for the time being. But yo, it's crazy because I literally had just got my situation right, and I was about to stream on damn Kick. But now I see somebody in here on YouTube, so I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know what to do right now. If you on here from YouTube, drop something in the comment section real quick, man. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something. Although all my shit gets posted to my YouTube account anyway. Like I just upload the video to my YouTube instead of actually like streaming on YouTube for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I don't know. That's a weird one. But Kick, I know Kick fuck with me because like yesterday, man, I had a buku people on this bitch from Kick. I can't even lie to you. They were showing off on this bitch. Real talk, bro. They were showing their asses off on this bitch. Mm. But hell yeah, this motherfucker gonna get posted as a goddamn YouTube video, most likely. My YouTube people out there.
Still thinking about that documentary, and like I've still been thinking about some of the different ideas that were presented in it, and it's like that is the difference between watching like real content, and especially content that's coming from an individual or a person who really has an interesting viewpoint or is like authentic with what they're doing. Like it's something that you actually remember and you kind of sit on it. And I was hanging out with some people this morning.
But yo, the
Conversation
person that's on
things that
YouTube,
were
if you
happening in the
have
world,
Twitch or Kick, tune in, motherfucker, or just wait for the YouTube video to drop. Either way, it's love and I appreciate you. That's the best way to say this shit. But yo, I'm switching this mud real quick. I'm switching this mud. Shit, I need to get to the point where I can do all of them at once. $16 a month.